the National Football League, presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Here's Fields.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Here's Lance. Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He'll try again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone.
They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd down, Goodson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Off play action, Fields. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Bears at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in riding high. Just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
And I like the way that this team is winning football games because they're doing it the way that coaches love to preach. Penalties at a minimum because they've been very disciplined, very focused in their business.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Here's Fields. This is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year? Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. And his pass, incomplete. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience is early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. Flushed out right.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it will still bring up a 4th down. And now is the Packers punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard line, 10 on the return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
From the 44, Fields. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 31. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Play action. It's Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Again, Fields eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that to be... Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now a give, running left is Harris. Shreds him with a stiff arm. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for Chicago. Anyone who watched Najee Harris at Alabama knows the kind of strength that this guy runs with, and he's continuing on that path here at the next level.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Fields. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Fields. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Justin Fields keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming up that big completion to prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. Got a man. It's De'Ami Brown, complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 27 yards there, a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Lance looking to throw it. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. That's now his 2nd interception and as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. 23 yards on the play.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Fields on first down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Rashawn Gary make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. The throw over the middle taken in. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, here's Fields. Flush to his right. Got a man. It's Judy complete. Touchdown! Jerry Judy from 21 yards away. And the Bears have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Lance now on 1st down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw, it's Lance. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And Lance now to throw. They'll get this to Nwangu. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run on 1st down. Goodson, and he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely, pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And the Packers are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll keep it on the ground. Goodson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Right back to him on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
On play action, Fields. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bears continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the rout is on here in this first half. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. A final shot before half for Lance. And this one is incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. But CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Lance going to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Early down steps will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. But we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Back to the air on second down. It's Lance. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to the top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Again, it's Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. On now is the Packers punter, standing just about on his own goal line. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and that will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Yeah, they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Here's Fields. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for fourth down. Here comes the Bears punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. This is taken at the 23. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really played... And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker, and the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force the third down.
And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves to James.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch back. Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now here's another carry for Harris. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On the give, this is Harris. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. On play action, they'll throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack.
The Eagles take over. They're on the 17-yard line.
Now ETN to start the drive. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now here's Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has a little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. The Eagles hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited, not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Mahomes going to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10.
Attack! Hey, rip left.
Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
That's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll run with Etienne and trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Throwing now is Mahomes. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Working with his 2nd and 4. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Myers' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up the touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Back to throw.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
36 yards on the play.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On first down, Mahomes. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
This is intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. And Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we've got a giant player here, slow to get up after that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
Finding space at the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Mahomes now on first down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Second and 6. Pickens on the slant. Touchdown, Giants! George Pickens, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Giants are an extra point away from capturing the lead.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the third. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line.
Taking it right down Broadway. The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there.
As we prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on two-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
No doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on two-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted.
So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. the first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. A give to Gibson running right. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 41 yards on the ground for him so far.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, he'll drop to throw. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Gibson on the read up. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they had it there so close to the goal line, a chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the fourth. Boy, that was a big, big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making the play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape, yet you don't take care of the football. But they'll be going over that like crazy in the upcoming weeks.
Hey, 15.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, 57, call it.
Mahomes now to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a
That's right.
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
It's complete, and he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a fourth-quarter deficit, and they need this drive to end in points. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Yellow.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain of 37.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
They'll try the left side with ETN. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 15-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
That's the game back. Makes it 3rd and 3.
A give, it's ETN off the option. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a first down in field goal range already. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Touchdown, Eagles! Zay Jones from 4 yards out. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
and touchdown and congratulations and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part one is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
They run with Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He'll look to throw. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
That's going to be caught by Pickens. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. It's a quarterback sneak. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. Trying the power game with Ham. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Giants have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.